everyone, welcome back to Everything Stitching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm happy to have you. Please feel free to like and subscribe as I have many crochet videos. And then if you are returning, welcome back. So guess what, you guys? This time I am making a scrunchie. It is going to be so freaking cute. I'm super excited about this. I was like, okay, what video should I do? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, why not make a scrunchie? Because it's super beginner friendly. And it's something where if you are a beginner and you want to make something within a day and you want to be able to actually wear it out and show off your work, this is what you want to do. Okay, so get yourself your yarn that you want to use. I'm using this one. I really like it. It's a size 4. It's super soft. I think it's really pretty. And then what you're going to need is a hair elastic. I'm using a lighter colored one. Not only do I have lighter colored hair, but also I figured with this yarn that I chose, I'm going to go with that. So like if I had a darker yarn like black or something, I'm going to use a darker hair elastic. And then you're also going to want a crochet hook. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. So depending on what size yarn you have is going to depend on what size crochet hook. But just so you know, I'm using a medium 4-weight yarn, and then I'm using a 5mm crochet hook, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, so like I said, this scrunchie is beginner friendly. There are many out there that are difficult, but this one is super easy and fun to make. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your yarn and you're going to fold it so that way you have a pretty long tail, okay? And we're going to start it like this. So what you're going to want to do is loop through your elastic and we're going to chain 2, okay? So put your hook inside of this loop that you made on your elastic, and you're going to chain 2 with your tail and your working yarn, okay? So that's why we have a long tail on this one. So go ahead and chain 2. So 1 and 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 double crochets on this elastic, making sure to hold on to both the tail and the working yarn. Okay, so do a double crochet like normal, but with both of your strands. And if you've never worked with a hair elastic, think of it as working in the round. It kind of helps you. Okay, so now we need to do one more double crochet. We have a little bit left of our tail, so include that if you can, depending on how long you made your tail. But basically we had a long tail to get it started and then like crochet it into it. But now going forward, after your 2 double crochets, the rest of it is only going to be with your working yarn. And don't fret if you have a longer tail or a shorter tail. Well, if you have a longer tail, you're going to work it in later. If you have one like mine, you're just going to clip it when you're done because it got worked into what you just did, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do before we continue on is I'm actually going to mark our beginning stitch so we know where we're at when we work around. So basically the rest of this scrunchie for now is doing a double crochet all the way around our hair elastic. So you're going to end up, depending on the thickness of your yarn, what size hook you used, etc., you're going to work about 60 to 70 double crochets in the round. Unless you have a much poofier or whatever yarn, right? So just continue working double crochet all the way around until you fill up your hair elastic. Now, mind you, I gave you that number of like 60 to 70, but because you're just working in the round just to fill up your elastic, there's really no need for you to keep track of your stitches on this particular pattern. So this one is really, really fun to make when you're watching TV or hanging out with friends or something, because you literally don't need to count. Just crochet until you filled up your hair elastic. Now, what you're going to notice is as you're crocheting, blah, 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 you're going to notice that you're going to start to fill it up, but like, oh my gosh, you've probably only done, oops, you've probably only done like 10. Well, you need to move it closer, right? So push it closer. So as you work, every so often, you're going to want to push it closer. Because you have to remember it is a hair elastic, so it's going to stretch and all that. And you want to make sure that it's all nice and covered and looking pretty. So just go ahead and work your double crochets. Like I said, don't bother counting, just work it until it's covered. And then after we cover it, I gotta unroll my yarn. After we cover it with all these double crochets, we have only one more round to do after this. So like I said, it makes up really easily and it's very beginner friendly. And technically, if you wanted to make a super simple one, after you're done with just this row of double crochet, you can be done. Like, let me show you. If we just push this to the side, can you imagine just a whole one just like that? That's really pretty too. And you can stop here and it's going to look gorgeous. But for the sake of this video, I am going to show you guys how to do that second round. That way you have the choice of either stopping after this first one, which is a really beautiful, simple look, or you could finish it off to make it a bit more fluffy. And I will show you how to do that after we finish this first round. Okay, so I finished my row of double crochet. So like I said, if you want, you can end it here and it's really, really pretty. And it stretches, right? It's great. But if you want to continue on, here's what you're going to want to do. So you're going to want to, once you got to the other side, you're going to slip stitch into that first double crochet of the round, just to close off that round, okay? Then what you're going to want to do is chain one. And then in that same stitch that we're in, you're going to do one single crochet. And then what you're going to want to do is after you do that single crochet, go ahead and mark that stitch. Okay. Okay, so we did that single crochet. Then in the next stitch, you're going, or in the next two stitches, you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. Then single crochet. Then single crochet 2 stitches together. And that's what your pattern is all the way down. So let me show you guys how to do that. So we're going to single crochet, then insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up like you're going to do a single crochet, right? But instead of yarning over and finishing it, you're going to insert your hook in, excuse me, into the next stitch and pull up. You're going to have 3, yarn over, and then pull through those 3. So you're single crocheting 2 together. Then the next one is just a regular single crochet. Then the next one after that is 2 stitches together, and then so on and so forth, all the way around your scrunchie. So you're doing a single crochet and then 2 stitches together. I love this pattern because it's pretty, but then at the same time not super bulky. So it makes it like practical to actually wear this scrunchie. Another really great yarn to use for making scrunchies, and this particular pattern, since this pattern is not super bulky, is to use velvet yarn, like a number 3 weight velvet yarn. Oh my gosh, that would be super pretty. I wanted, for the sake of this video, show you guys how to make it using this yarn, just because it's a lot easier for filming, for you guys to see the stitches and what we're actually doing. But feel free to like play around with which yarn you want to use. you'll notice that even if you use the same pattern but different yarns, you can definitely get a different looking outcome, which they'll all be really pretty, but you'll have some variety with using the same pattern. So look how pretty that is. So like I said, you could have stopped here where it's just the double crochet, but then you can also add in this extra layer, and look how pretty it is. I love it. Okay, so we finished, made it back to our original stitch. Now what I'm going to do is slip stitch it into that first stitch of the round. Okay, pull up, and then fasten off by tying your knot, right? And then what we're going to do is just weave in that end. Oh my gosh, it's just like totally bending today. There we go. Okay, so now you just want to kind of, oh, here's that first one that we worked in. And since it was already crocheted into our double crochets, you can just cut that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of weave in this end. Bring it down. See, and you just kind of weave it in. You could go back and forth as far as you want. And then go back that same way. And then that'll be good. And then you just kind of, okay, I think my daughter got a hold of these scissors. What the? Okay, so we're done, you guys, look. And like I said, it's really simple and pretty and easy to wear. And you guys made a scrunchie as a beginner. Like, come on. So you can actually wear this out, show off your beautiful work, and try all different types of yarns and have fun with it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.